Hey everyone, welcome back to RacquetGuys. Your choice of racket makes a huge impact on your game, so we thought it would be a good idea to give you all a rundown of the frames available from each of the major brands in tennis. For today, we are going to focus just on Yonex, but for those looking at other brands, fear not, as we will be doing rundowns of all the major brands in the coming weeks, as well as updating this series as new rackets are released. Now without further ado, let's talk about the Yonex frames available and what makes each so special. First and foremost, all Yonex frames share one extremely important feature, the iconic and very unique isometric head shape. The more squared off shape of the racket head helps to create a larger sweet spot than more traditional oval head shapes, which helps to give all Yonex frames their trademark forgiveness. From there, each line has its own unique technologies and designs that make them all stand apart from one another. Let's start with Yonex's most recently updated line, the EZone. There are a few key technologies in the 8th generation EZone that you really need to know about. First, we have what Yonex call energizing isometric. This is a combination of modifications to the standard isometric head shape to make it a little bit more unique. One, we have the expanded frame top that helps increase the size of the sweet spot, helping make the EZone even more forgiving. Two, the beam width at the top is widened for more responsiveness and increased power with a little less effort. And third, the section of the tapered inner frame is extended to help increase flex and ball pocketing for a little bit of a softer feel without sacrificing any power. In the throat, Yonex added Minilon, which is a series of ultra fine strands bonded together almost like a net. This helps generate a really nice plush feel on every shot. And lastly, Yonex has added VDM into the handle to help filter out any of those unwanted vibrations for even more comfort. In case you haven't been keeping track, comfort is as easy to find as power in the EZone lineup. Like all rackets, the EZone lineup comes in multiple different head sizes with different weights to accommodate players regardless of skill level or physical strength. The standard EZone 100 weighs 300 grams, the 100L weighs 285, and the 100SL weighs 270. Slightly smaller in head size is the EZone 98, weighing 305 grams, with the lighter 98L weighing 290. Finally, we have the EZone 98 Tour, the heaviest and most demanding frame in the EZone lineup. The EZone, while being very comfortable, is still at its core the power lineup, designed to help you hit bigger and with more pace. In general, you will find the EZone promotes a little bit of a lower launch, a little bit more of a piercing ball flight. So if you like to dominate with pace from the baseline and hitting winners from anywhere, there's definitely an EZone for you. Let's move on to the VCore lineup, Yonex's spin monster. Like the EZone, there are a few key technologies incorporated into the VCore lineup that help give the VCore its signature spin and feel. The most visually noticeable technology is the enlarged frame top. This is the much wider than normal section at 2 and 10 o'clock. This section helps make the VCore more forgiving by increasing the size of the sweet spot close to where most players are going to make contact. It also serves to help generate a much higher launch angle, and when combined with some of the other technologies in the frame, it serves to help generate a lot more spin. Speaking of the other technologies, the VCore has multiple techs with the goal of being to help generate more racket head speed and more spin. First, we have the silicone-infused grommets. The lower friction between the string and the grommets helps increase string movement and snapback, leading to more spin. The aero fins throughout the frame and aero trench at the top help to reduce drag and thus increase swing speed. Yonex also updated the throat design of the 7th generation VCore, giving it more torsional resistance for a little more stability and control. Just like the EZone, the VCore comes in multiple weights and head sizes for all players of different skills and different physical strength. The stock VCore is the VCore 100, having a 100 square inch head size and weighing 300 grams. The 100 also comes in the 100L, which weighs 280 grams. The VCore also comes in a 98 square inch head size, weighing 305 grams, as well as the 98L, weighing 285, and the 98 Tour, weighing 315. And lastly, the most demanding frame in the VCore lineup, in my opinion, we have the VCore 95, weighing 310 grams, also with a more closed 16x20 string pattern. This is a frame that I personally have used throughout different generations of the VCore lineup, and while it certainly can generate tons of spin, the frame itself is much less forgiving than the rest of the lineup, and along with the 98 Tour, are the only two VCores that I really only recommend to fairly advanced players. The VCore lineup in general is designed to help players generate more spin, while also increasing the launch angle and hopefully giving you more free depth. The shot shape that you should expect with the VCore is much higher and with a lot more arc than the EZone lineup. So if you are looking to dominate with a lot of heavy topspin, then maybe take a VCore out for a spin. Lastly, we have my personal favorite and current gamer, the Percept. The Percept is aimed at players looking for more feel and control, and who are less worried about getting the absolute maximum amount of power or spin from their frame. To achieve this, Yonex has included a few key technologies to help increase the feel and control of the frame. In the throat, we have the FlexCon system. Simply put, it's a longer, tapered box beam section in the throat, helps to increase flex and dwell time, and really maximize the amount of time that the ball is on the string bed. Servo filter is also placed between the graphite layers throughout the frame to help clean up some of those unwanted vibrations, really helping to improve the feel at impact. And lastly, something that I think is probably one of the more underrated changes that came with the Percept is the stiff racket face design. Basically, more graphite layers were used in the face, particularly around contact point, that help to increase stiffness in those important areas. This slightly stiffer racket face helps crisp up the feel a little bit, give you a little access to a bit more power and stability than the previous generation had. All told, the Percept is definitely geared more towards players who can generate some of that pace and spin themselves and who are really looking to get more feel and control. And just like the rest of Yonex's lineup, the Percept comes in multiple different weights and head sizes. To start with, the Percept that I personally use is the stock Percept 97, weighing in at 310 grams with a 16x19 string pattern. The 97 also comes in a 97L, weighing 290 grams, and a 97H, weighing 330. It also comes in a 97D, which weighs 320 grams, but also has a much more closed 18x20 string pattern. The Percept also comes in a 100 square inch head size, weighing 300 grams, along with a 100L that weighs 280, and a 100D that weighs 305 grams, and is also unique with its 18x19 string pattern. If you're looking to gain more control and feel, then definitely take a closer look at the Percept. While the 97 and 100D variants of the Percept are aimed at a little bit more advanced players, beginners and intermediate players can absolutely find a Percept that works for them. I hope this rundown of Yonex's lineup helps you understand the differences between them and maybe how they would work for you. At the end of the day though, rackets are all a personal choice, and depending on your swing, skill level, physical strength, and the feeling that you like off the string bed all factor into how a racket is going to play for you. And don't be afraid to try a racket that maybe you initially think is not designed for a player like yourself. You never know. You might find that maybe you like that little bit of extra feel from the Percept, or maybe you really actually love that low piercing flight of the EZone and you haven't tried it before. If you have any questions about the rackets discussed in today's videos, or suggestions of things that you would like to see us take a look at in the future, let us know in the comments below. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be doing rundowns of all the major brands and updating these as new rackets are released. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to keep up with all of our latest videos as they come out. All the rackets in today's video are available in store and online at our RacquetGuys website. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.